Hi! Welcome back to Planner Apocalypse. Today we are taking a look at the MUJI vertical planner and comparing it to the Hobonichi Techo cousin over here. If you are looking for a basic rundown of the MUJI planner family, you can check out this video that I have somewhere. And if you want a rundown of the Hobonichi cousin, I think I did a setup video of it somewhere, and if I did, I will link it. And if I did not, then don't worry about it. Let's look at the covers here. MUJI, the vertical planner, comes in A5 and it comes in B6. B6 is the wee baby cousin. Also, it's about 5 inches by 7 inches if you are in the US. About it does come with a ribbon bookmark, and it comes with a clear cover, voila. Whereas the cousin, it's a bit chunkier. Cousin comes with nothing. I bought this Midori cover for it, and I have no ragrats. So the main difference, I think, is going to be the girthiness. We're gonna just go pit A5 against A5 right here. MUJI, and this is the cousin. Of course, mine has fluffed up a little bit because I've been using it this year. So all of these are used pages. I have not been using the weeks, but that's beside the point. You will notice that there's a simple embossing of the year here. So it says 2022.9, and on here you have like just a full-on print. You open, and the clear cover here is built so that it has a second flap. And this actually used to, they used to sell these awesome pen cases that would just like slip in here like this, and then you would have a pen case, and that's awesome. I actually made a slit here in my cover here so that I could do that. I don't think they sell these cases anymore. These pen cases. I had gotten it on the MUJI.us website for, I don't know, $1 on clearance. And they had A6, no, they had A5 and B6. So I don't know if this is something that you can get elsewhere or if it's just not available anymore, period. Anyway, so we open and we've got, the flyleaf pages. MUJI starts with a 3-year at a glance page, whereas Hobonichi starts with a title page because, this first page is glued to the flyleaf or whatever it's called, and that's annoying to write on. MUJI jumps right into the yearly overview, whereas now Hobonichi has this year as a complete 1 page, and then last year and next year on the next page here. And then we're leaving this here, but in the cousin, the Hobonichi has a calendex similar to this, but this is split up into 6 months at a time, whereas this is all 12 months. So these boxes are very small to write in, though the spacing between the lines here are a little bit bigger than what you have here in the Hobonichi grid. However, you do have a big blank area down here for whatever you want, and then you have a big spot up here for 3 tasks per month. As you can see, I haven't exactly used this. I find it just very hard to remember to use these. But I've seen a lot of people use this part as like a bullet journal index to refer to pages that they've written on in the dailies, but that is neither here nor there. You do get a month prior to when the cover says it starts. So this is a spring 2022, so that counts as March, and so you get February and then March. So actually, just kidding, it starts in April, because April is when you get your Japanese schools going. So it goes from February, so you get 2 months before the cover you know, says it starts. And then you get 2 months after. The weeklies start in April, so it's the very last week of March going into April. So comparing your monthlies, this is a 2-color printing, so there's red and there's black, or, you know, black grayscale. You do have moon phases marked, just the new moon and the full moon right there. Whereas in the MUJI planner, you have quarter moons as well. So like first quarter, full moon, last quarter, new moon. You do have some Japanese text in the MUJI planner. There's no background grid in the MUJI planner. It is totally blank, as well as the sidebar here, whereas the Hobonichi has, you know, it's completely gridded throughout the page here. They are both Monday start calendars. With the Hobonichi, you will notice that if you have a month that goes into 6 lines, the boxes are slightly shorter. That's not terrible. Like, I've definitely seen worse. At least they have their own boxes and they're not, you know, like a triangle that's hard to do anything with. Whereas with MUJI, you automatically get 6 rows. So every box is going to be the same whether they print anything in it or not. So like, this is a whole empty row of boxes, but this one, you know, you have something down there. So that gives you a little bit more room for notes if you needed to write more notes. Whereas if you are in a month that the Hobonichi has put the boxes down here, you really only have this section for notes over here, or the sidebar. Weeks are marked and numbered in your Hobonichi monthly spread, whereas they are not marked or numbered in the MUJI. The flow of the planner is similar, whereas all of the months are in the beginning, followed by the weeks. So here are the weekly spreads. They are both hourly verticals. You get in both the month here, so like this is the current month, this is the current week. The MUJI planner does not highlight the current week in the vertical, and you also get next month. So this month and next month, whereas in the Hobonichi you only get, you know, the month you're currently in. You will notice that Sundays are red, whereas in the MUJI, since it's only a grayscale print, the Sunday is a lighter gray than the other grays used. Another thing you will note, the Hobonichi starts right at the top, and in the MUJI you have a space at the top. You have a space underneath the date in both areas. In the Hobonichi, you get the Japanese kanji for the day of the week, whereas you don't get that in the MUJI. And then in the Hobonichi hourly vertical, this is a full 24 hours, and it goes all the way down to the bottom. So if you are working third shift or graveyard or something like that, or if you are just generally a night owl, this can be really helpful for you. And this MUJI starts at 8 a.m. and goes to 9 p.m. unless it's, you know, 8 p.m. and goes to 9 a.m. There is a thicker line here, more solid line to delineate between, you know, AM and PM, or I guess lunch and like the rest of your day. And then down here is a blank space for, you know, a to-do list, or if you wanted to continue your lines, there are these little dots that you can draw in your own lines. That's basically the difference between the weeklies. As you can see, again, the spread is completely gridded in the Hobonichi, and it is mostly open in the MUJI, with the exception of these hourly lines here. So the big difference, I think, is going to be the daily spreads. So the Hobonichi cousin has one whole spread for every single day in the year that is covered by the planner. So this is an April start, so the dailies start in April. I actually got mine in June, I think, so I didn't actually use mine until June. But this MUJI planner does not have dailies. So that is one big main difference. That's why this book is so chunky. But it's able to fit so many pages because of the paper it uses, the Tomoe River paper. It's very thin but very strong. So you will notice that you know, there is some ghosting with the Tomoe River paper. So if that bothers you, you know, that's just something to think about. Whereas, yeah, sometimes I didn't even like write a journal entry for the day. But the MUJI planner has a little bit more bleed through, but less ghosting. Like there's barely any ghosting. This is actually fountain pen here. So MUJI paper can take fountain pen if that is your idiom, but you know, just be careful with the markers, I guess. At the very back of your cousin, the Hobonichi cousin, you get 1, 2, 3 pages for notes, and then you get like all of these specialty layouts here, and some of them are just, you know, completely in Japanese text. And then that's all she wrote for that. Then at the end of the MUJI planner, you get about 23 pages of these lined, very, very faint dotted vertical lined pages. So if you wanted to make this into a graph, you can easily do that because you just have to find the vertical line. They are very, very light, so if you are visually impaired, that might be difficult for you. Just like the Sunday dates and stuff might be a little bit harder to see for the visually impaired, since it is lighter than the rest of the print in the planner. But overall, it's aggressively minimal. They're both great planners. I guess it depends on what you want out of your planner. If you want your dailies in there, then this, you know, this could be the one. If you don't think you're going to be using dailies, maybe you do daily logs or just write notes or something, then this could be an adequate amount of note-taking paper for you. This does come with a bookmark, whereas the Hobonichi does not. The Hobonichi bookmarks are usually in their book covers, like this. This is actually just a Stalogy in here, but see, this is attached to the cover. I am not keeping these MUJI planners. I did buy them just to review. I will be selling them on the eBays, and yeah, they are kind of hard to get a hold of sometimes. On MUJI.us, they tend to sell out quickly. So if you are in the market for a MUJI planner, you should seize the moment. So I guess we should also talk about prices. The Hobonichi cousin can be anywhere between like $30 to $50. I will get you an exact amount to put up here, and that's without a cover, and that's like for the full year instead of the Avec, which is a little bit more expensive because they use more cardstock. Whereas the B6 MUJI planner, the vertical planner, is $10.90, and the A5 is $12.90. So it's about half the price of the Hobonichi cousin, though you do get a lot more pages with the Hobonichi cousin. Again, it depends on what you need, whether you need or want the daily pages for journaling, or, you know, actually tracking your day or what have you. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to leave a referral link for MUJI down below. If you happen to use it, you will get 15% off of your purchase, and I will receive 5 points, 10 points, I don't know, something like that. But it's no extra cost to you, so if you are so inclined, please go ahead. And I'm sorry if when you get there all of the planners are sold out or not available. As I said, they do tend to go quickly. All right, okay, great, good talk. Okay, bye! Thanks for watching!